This podcast is a member of the Place to Be Nation family. Visit us at placetobenation.com, the only place to be in your pop culture world.
You are listening to Lucha Afterground.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Lucha Afterground, the premier Lucha Underground After Show. My name is Max.
My name is Travis.
100.
That's right. 100 episodes of Lucha Underground and maybe 60 episodes of Lucha Afterground?
I think so.
Something like that.
How many were in season 1?
Season 1 of...
36?
I don't know. We didn't do any for season 1.
We didn't do season 1, but that's what you do. You just do a little
season
bit of
2.
math. Yeah.
Season 2 was like 30.
I think we've probably done, something 60. That sounds about
65.
65.
So welcome to the 66th episode of Lucha Afterground.
Yeah.
Trav.
What?
News and notes.
News and notes. Sexy Star retired again.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. Well,
so silly.
That's that.
What a dumb thing to have happened.
Yep. Dumb.
Yeah.
It sucks. It's not good for anybody.
Exactly.
But, of course, the big news involving Lucha Underground talent is Melissa Santos is pregnant with Brian Cage's baby. It's pretty crazy.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Remember when they had that Instagram thing where she kind of tore a strip off of him?
You broke my heart.
Yes.
Yeah.
And now, father of her child.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. It was a blip. Something they needed to get over.
Sure.
Made their relationship stronger.
Yeah, they always seem happy. I mean, on social media, everybody seems happy, but...
Fair.
Yeah.
Anything else going on? I'm racking my brain. There's been a lot of rumors that Sami Callihan, Jeremiah Crane, is going to end up in New Japan.
Oh, I had heard that. Like possibly tagging with...
No. Just being introduced as a singles competitor. I personally didn't buy it. I think up until today, I was like, no, all of you American indie wrestling marks are giving New Japan Pro Wrestling way too much credit. They don't know every little nuance of Sami Callihan's career. They didn't put together this like Citizen Kane dense teaser vignette with all these little clues that point to Sami Callihan. No way. No. And then Meltzer, I guess in the Observer today, they were like, yeah, it's confirmed he's debuting in a month.
Oh.
I don't know. I'm still not totally convinced, man. But also
pretty good, though. Could be pretty great.
Yeah. I mean,
pretty hard.
He works stiff.
Yeah.
It's for sure. Yeah, and then of course there's also rumors that Jeff Cobb, who plays Matanza,
was just here. It was just here in
Vancouver.
Vancouver worked a show on Saturday.
He'll be teaming up with Matt Riddle
for
the New Japan Tag League, which would be amazing.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, we'll see. It's all just still rumor.
Yeah.
It's all still rumor. We'll see. It's been it got me thinking though, with the Sami Callihan thing, that the last big, it's been a while since New Japan really elevated a new Japanese talent. But then I guess Time Bomb, Hiromu, he's he's killing it.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
That's my favorite stable in all of wrestling right now is
Los Ingobernables.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no doubt, man.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see who Naito wrestles with. Anyways, we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about the 100th episode of Lucha Underground.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I usually hit a button over here.
Most importantly, violence!
So technically, this is Lucha Underground Season 3, Episode 35. I incorrectly said 33 last week. I apologize. You guys were all over me for that.
Not a single person
didn't get a mention. Recap is just basically Dario pimping the 100th episode and all of its matches, and a reminder of the kind of the feud going on with Puma and Johnny Mundo and the stip involved.
What did you think about the way it was framed in the super widescreen?
Oh yeah,
yeah. It was like just the big black bars going across the top. That was fun.
Yeah,
nice little stylized thing.
Sure. First segment is Worldwide Underground backstage. Jack Evans still can't talk.
And Ty is back with the video camera.
Yeah.
It's been a while since we've seen that.
The known documentarian, Taya. And they're passing around this ID, and Max, to his credit, had called this. He knew what it was, that Ricky had changed his name to Johnny Mundo.
Mm-hmm.
I like this was fine. It was.
I loved it.
Yeah,
this was probably my favorite part of the whole
episode.
Yeah.
What I didn't like is they basically repeated it.
What do you mean?
When they got back
inside.
on the thing, right?
Yeah.
That was when they got out into the ring. I like the nice bit at the end with Ricky saying, "Yeah, it worked. Yeah, I'm now part of the Worldwide Underground." Yeah, that was good. But I didn't think maybe they should have I'll show you. I'm going to reveal what this is when we get out there, and then he could have said, "Okay, no, something like that." It just seems weird to have kind of repeated it.
Yeah, no, it's true. I'm not sure why. I don't know why they would have done that. Because the believers don't need to know.
No,
it makes no brain. They do need to come up with a reason to introduce Marty the Moth, but they could just be like, Ricky, you're not wrestling. It's not a big deal.
It's not huge. It just seemed a little repetitive, I thought.
It really got me thinking, though, the backstage scene that the Worldwide Underground have the most, maybe other than Dario, have the most have the most character. Though, it's like Dario, and then every member of the Worldwide Underground, and then maybe Cobra Moon.
Okay, expand on that. Elaborate on what you mean.
They have
richness.
Richness. Yeah. They have relationships with each other. It's nuanced.
Good. Yeah.
They have callbacks to things. It's like, you know what? No agent today.
That's right.
Yeah. Although, to be fair, Jack Evans' thing kind of seems like it's just that he can't talk.
Yes.
But still, I mean, there's so much continuity within their character that we don't see from anybody else, I don't think, really. Especially not at the frequency that we see, other than Dario.
They probably get, I thought you were going to say, and this is true as well, I think they get more vignettes than anybody is Worldwide Underground.
Yeah, totally.
That's part of it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It seems strange. You have all these... They at times, they really feel like they're the star of the show.
Sure.
And then it's like, well... Yeah.
There's nobody to kind of latch onto to kind of
as the antithesis. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So we enter. This is Slapback's last night.
Who's coming in for the big final
we're gonna
few
get
shows?
For the last,
Voodoo Glow Skulls.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe
they'll bring them back.
Yeah. Vampiro's kind of leading again the thing. This is good. He says to start drinking because it's 100th episode. They're celebrating.
There you go.
And they announced Puma's partners, which I thought was the first kind of letdown of the night. Is that Sexy Star, Phoenix, and Cage.
I mean,
but it doesn't make any sense with if Puma's going down this dark path and all of a sudden he's picking two white meat baby faces and Cage, who's kind of turned into
it did seem like such a strange assembly of fighters, but I don't know who else you would pick.
Well, we had picked our team last week.
I can't even remember. Pentagon?
Yeah, Vampiro. But Pentagon is already in the other match, so there's no way it couldn't have been him.
God, that would be a sick stable. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
They did it in Atomicos, those three.
And
going
Conan.
Oh, bringing back
Conan. And we'll get into
this would have been a perfect opportunity to bring back the Black Lotus tribe, who, by the way, we'll never see again.
That's right. Ever, never, ever again.
Although,
unless they appear somewhere in the finale.
Is Black Lotus supposed to have a match? Oh, no, she had a match at the last against Dragon Ice Tekka Jr. That was her big thing.
Mm-hmm. And then she was in that four-way, or the 4 against 1, or the gauntlet where...
she just comes in at the end.
Had to come, and she came in the end and just broke the other arm. I think it was just they were just thrown together, these 4 there, because each one of them moved a different plot with their thing, except for Sexy Star, which is still just kind of, I guess she's got a match with Taya. We learned today that it's official. She has a match with Taya. At Ultima Lucha Trace. Which makes the last thing that Taya did with Sexy Star was come out
and cheer for her.
Yeah. Whatever the hell that was.
What is going on here?
Yeah, this is just a little sloppy. I thought it just and just like kind of partners of convenience, because then you got Cage is there and he has to leave his thing behind, and then Jeremiah Crane can steal it, and that leads to other stuff. Yeah. Phoenix is out there, and then so that gives him the opportunity to swap or to switch with to have Marty come in to take Ricky Mundo's place.
Yeah.
See, I already got the name changed.
Ricky Mundo.
I don't know. It was all just like a little too perfect for the stories they need to tell.
Well, we got one more episode, and then we're in Ultima Lucha Tres.
Yeah, but
so,
I mean, like the first when I first saw it, I'm like, Prince Puma is supposed to be this kind of
loner, dark character.
Yeah.
And then his energy was
weird. Anyways, who had a sweet
Jeremiah Crane? He could have come out. He could have had Jeremiah Crane and Cage and I don't know, Pindar.
Sure.
And then
just somebody
Son of Madness.
Dark. Yeah, sure.
Son of Madness.
Couple of yeah.
Have them all out, and then Crane can turn on Cage and steal his thing halfway through.
Yeah.
Just some alternatives.
But then they'd have to find. I guess they'd have to find another spot to move the Phoenix and Marty.
And we would have to watch Son of Madness wrestle. So it's a problem.
He's not bad. Puma had a great entrance into the ring tonight. That just looked absolutely gorgeous. You
mean his actual entry into the ring?
Yeah.
I know.
Jack Evans I've noticed he's looking extra tweaked out today, like really kind of stoned and messed up. Ricky shows a new idea, as I said. Johnny Muno tells him no one, sits him out. Calls out Marty.
Wait, say that again? I feel like you just mumbled that whole thing.
Sorry about that.
When we play that back, I'm going to replay that because it sounded just completely like gibberish.
Yes.
Oh, enunciate, Trav.
Ricky shows the new ID. Johnny Mundo tells him no and sits him out of the match.
There you go.
Calls out Marty to replace him. I liked Marty the Moth wearing the Worldwide Underground bandana as like an eye mask.
Yeah, totally. And he was he had his hair up in a bun. His hair's probably getting pretty long for that hair versus mask match.
Yeah. So we saw those really great middle fingers from Johnny Mundo to Sexy Star.
Johnny Mundo is just he's so good.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. And started with, I guess, Sexy Star and Marty. I thought it was actually okay. Cage is just on the outside, just looking at his gauntlet, just eyeing it, just ogling this beautiful thing on his arm. Good stuff between it was PJ and Phoenix. Cage had to be talked into removing the gauntlet. I thought that was a pretty good bit. But then eventually Jeremiah Crane steals the gauntlet. He's in and he's out there. And then I'm like, okay, that's why Cage was in this match. Puma enters and just... This is like the first time I started to feel like a real match. Like it just like there's too much going on. Like there's, and he weaved his magic on everybody. It was a great sequence.
He's been doing that a lot in New Japan as well. He's getting the hot tag. He'll come in and these because they do all these multi-man tag matches all the time. Well, he's gotten into the habit of being like the hot tag that comes in and figures out some creative way of just like planting every one of his opponents in a way that just like the crowd just goes bananas.
House of Fire, man. He's probably might be one of the best in the world right now. I shouldn't even say might be. He must be. Let me see. Double flips from Phoenix and Sexy Star to the outside. Nice double team from Johnny Mundo and PJ Black on Puma.
Yeah.
To set Johnny Mundo up for hitting the end of the world for the win. I was a bit surprised that it's just like, wow, that's it. Wow.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the double team was so good.
Yeah.
All that stuff seemed brutal. It was... it just hammered. It was a decisive victory, and maybe it's been a while since Lucha Underground has given us a decisive victory. You know,
it wasn't kind of like flaky or outside interference or any of that.
Totally, I loved it.
But I didn't think that it was. I didn't think they were setting up for the end. It just kind of came out of nowhere.
Well, you hit end of the world. That's probably. I don't think has anybody ever kicked out of that. Not that I can think.
Not that I can think.
Yeah, it might be pretty protected.
But even Puma, I don't know. But it was after a double team, so that made it okay, I suppose.
Yeah.
Anyways, post match, Melissa and Marty get at it. Oh, God. 6 to 7 hard slaps by Melissa, and she's just like, almost in tears doing this. After 6 or 7 hard slaps, and it's kind of, Marty's kind of liking it, and then a Phoenix super kick, so he doesn't like it, knocks him on his ass.
The whole sequence was great.
Yeah, it was awesome. And then and we know why that's why Marty was in that, because now we learn later that Melissa
next week
will be in a match next week.
You know how I've been saying, Trav, that whatever you do, don't go ahead and look at the titles of the episodes? This was in reference to Melissa being in the ring. Because next week's episode is called The Rise of the Ring Announcer. And I was like, well, either she's getting in the ring or she somehow takes over for Dario.
Yeah.
And I don't think she's taking over for Dario the week before Ultima Lucha Trace begins.
That's good.
Yeah.
So is that the only one?
That's the only one.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So next is back in Katrina's room with the candles.
Is this in the temple? This must be.
I guess so. Jeremiah got there
pretty fast.
PDQ, and so did Cage.
And Dario later.
Yes. Yeah, everybody was just kind of lingering around.
They just have their own room.
Something's happening in there. I can feel it.
Yeah, totally.
Jeremiah Crane enters with the gauntlet, says he wants a kiss, but he gets a spear instead from our boy Mel Muertes. Cage enters, grabs her. This is pretty cool. Explains its power, saying, "You notice how you can't disappear right now because this thing isn't going anywhere with you." So that's pretty rad. That was I liked him in that role. Like, it feels like he'd be a good good job as like a heavy in like a superhero movie or something. You know what I mean?
Totally. The dude is made for it.
Yeah.
Fighting. I don't know, Thor. It wasn't. This is going to test my Marvel Comics knowledge here, but wasn't for a while Hercules' brother Ares an Avenger? It was Brian Michael Bendis.
Yes.
Anyways, this is not important.
No.
Yeah, but he would make a good one. Yeah, totally.
Okay.
Totally.
Okay. So yeah, Cage comes in and it turns into a 3-way brawl in the candlelight.
It's going to set up some sort of no holds barred match, but it's going to have a title that has to do with candles. Hot wax. Hot
wax match.
Yeah, that's right. Gosh. Just lit candles all on the outside.
Oh, man.
And you get picked up and thrown onto them. Oh, damn.
I love ideas, man.
Oh, I think so.
Anyway, Dario kind of enters and just steals the gauntlet.
Yeah.
Something doesn't make, like, he's the one who got it into Cage's hands, basically, right? Gave him this unit and was totally talking about, hey, now is our guy. But had something changed? Had something changed with him?
Well, Delgado was murdered.
Was murdered. And that other guy, when that other agent came in to talk to him, was he talking about wanting to get the gauntlet back?
No.
I don't know.
Yeah. I'm having trouble seeing where this is going. And we talked about this before, how there were injuries and all this sort of stuff, and maybe they had to rewrite a lot of these stories in order to compensate for that, and maybe this is just one more symptom of that, if that's even really true. But yeah, it does, I hate to say it, but it does feel like sometimes Lucha Underground is getting into that sort of like terrible pattern that wrestling promotions can get into, which is like, oh, check this new story, here's some interesting things that are going to happen, and then, oh no, forget it, fans, act like it never happened.
Yes.
Act like it never happened. And that is just so it's so disappointing, because you lose your faith in their
long-term plans
in the idea that they're telling a story, that things matter. Because as soon as you get into this place where like nothing matters, I don't have to pay attention because nothing is meaningful, then you're just Raw.
Yeah.
And like this is the whole reason why I'm not watching Raw. Why?
Yeah.
So I'm a little nervous.
I know. We got 5 episodes left here. One more to really kind of set everything up. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Zoop, zoop, zoop.
I'm just saying, beginning of season 2.
For me, it is a happy memory.
Well said, sir. Well said. I think we should take a break. I feel like we're whipping through this today.
Oh, yeah, sure. Did you notice at the very beginning, when they cut to Vamp and Stryker, they had 100th episode mugs?
Oh, no, I didn't.
Yeah, they look like pretty nice mugs. Anyways, here's a message from our friends at Place to Be Nation.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
Hey, pro wrestling announcer Kevin Kelly here. I want to make sure you are all subscribed to all the great feeds here at Place to Be Nation. It's really easy to do. Just head to iTunes or your preferred podcatcher app today and search and subscribe to the Place to Be Nation wrestling feed, which of course includes the full archives of the Kevin Kelly Show, the Place to Be Nation pod feed, and the Pro Wrestling Only feed. Subscribe, listen, and then rate us and leave feedback today. And be sure to give Justin your true thoughts. I mean, don't hold back. After all, he is kind of a jerk. Just listen to Scott.
Place to Be Nation's JT Rosero and Chad Campbell here. We want to let you know that we have a ton of great podcasts available to you on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, and PlaceToBeNation.com, and we offer those to you on 3 great feeds. On the Place to Be Nation wrestling feed, we bring you the Mothership, the original Place to Be podcast, as well as Main Event, Lucha Afterground, and our monthly pay-per-view reaction shows, as well as the Our Vantage Point podcast and Jeff Learns Wrestling. In addition to these full-length shows, we also deliver quick-hit pod blasts on topics old and new.
Over on the Pro Wrestling Only feed, we dive deep inside the wrestling business with a stacked army of experts leading the way. The feed features potpourri shows such as This Week in Wrestling, Greetings from Allentown, Psychology is Dead, Puro Potpourri, Stacy and Elliot's Bogus Journey, and the Military Industrial Suplex. We also have shows that focus intently on certain topics like Letters from Center Stage, Space City, and NWA Classics on Demand Adventure, Through the Years, Strong Style History, Strong Style Story, and Mount Olympus. Plus, the feed has the full archives of legendary shows like Titans of Wrestling, Where the Big Boys Play, Letters from Kayfabe, and much more. And on our popular Place to Be Nation Pop podcast feed, we offer such great shows as the Glenn Butler Podcast Hour Spectacular, Rank and File, PTBN Dadcast, Go Home in a Box, NBA Team, and Lucha Undead, as well as a veritable podcast heaven for comics fans with the Hard Traveling Fanboys, Sellers Points, Todd Weber's Conversation, Geek and Sassy, and Imaginary Stories podcasts.
You can find all of these current shows plus archives of our past podcasts, including The Kevin Kelly Show, as well by subscribing to all of our feeds on iTunes, and while there, be sure to rate and leave feedback as well. All of these shows, plus others, available on PlaceToBeNation.com, where we cover pro wrestling, sports, movies, comics, plus in-depth stretch projects and more. Be sure to support our site by using PlaceToBeNation.com/Amazon when shopping online, and download our free PTB Vintage Vault Refresh ebooks via the links on our site. We also want to thank our friends at Bonehead's Wing Bar in West Warwick, Rhode Island, and Fall River, Massachusetts, TheHistoryOfWrestling.com, and Scott Keats' Blog of Doom. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Tumblr as well. PlaceToBeNation.com, the only place to be in your pop culture world.
So,
yeah,
my choice for Chief today, I think it requires a bit of, I don't know, kind of shoot storytelling, or at least using some of someone's real life issues and adding it to the character. And that intrigued. Is the Brian Kendrick. Who has, like, you know, like his comeback has been like he kicked a lot of like drug addiction and things like this.
Okay,
all right, and you can kind of see it, right? He looks kind of like wired, right? Or like that kind of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he's the new new chief. Just as they've are like this big drug busts keep happening, and he's like just stuck in these rooms with like, and he does have this history of just like, and eventually it's just too much for him, and either he goes off the wagon, or just has to move on. It's just like, I can't take it. You guys are busting, and then the guys are like making these big drug busts. He's like, "Oh, what are you doing?" Like he's getting mad at them. He's like, "What's the matter, Chief?"
Yeah, it's the evidence room is overflowing with drugs.
Yes.
They just have to. So can we store some of this in your office, Chief?
Just one box.
Yeah.
Sure. No problem.
Yeah. Oh, it says here that there's 301 cases. It says here there's 300 cases, but it looks like there's 301. We'll just leave the spare in your office. Hope it doesn't go missing. We'll never find it. Something like that.
Yeah, excellent.
That's fun. Excellent. Now we're doing an outro for this.
I like it. So we come back from the break, and right away, this is when Vampiro announces that this match is coming up, and he says, "We've got some huge, big-ass breaking news." I thought that was pretty funny.
I actually was expecting this to be an announcement about Cage versus... like a three-way Cage versus Mil Muertes versus Jeremiah Crane, because none of those guys have a match.
But now that you say that will probably be their match at Ultima Luchatrice.
Yeah. I mean, I would. I can't. I mean, you could stick any. You still have one more episode to stick any one of those guys with anybody else, but at least two of those three will be wrestling each other for sure. I mean, Crane versus Mil Muertes seems like it's on.
But it's logical if the. And maybe even Matanza.
Cage versus Matanza?
Yeah, I don't know.
For the gauntlet?
They want that stinking gauntlet. Like all four of them have a connection to it. That would work. If you put all four of those monsters in a match, I'd be into that.
Oh man, that would be huge.
Yeah.
Could be good. You know what's thinking about that gauntlet? Is they take... So Dario scurried away two things in this episode.
Yes.
One was the gauntlet.
Yes.
And the other was Rey Mysterio.
That's right.
And he sits him down and just like, it's like sticks the gauntlet on him.
Oh, he's going to put it on Ray?
Yeah.
And like control him? I thought Dario was going to put it on and just lay a beat down on
Oh, that would be... I mean, that would be great.
Yeah, that's interesting.
You could turn. I don't know. Rey Mysterio wouldn't go heel even in Lucha Underground.
No.
Do you think?
No. Unless they had him like under the power of the gun. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I
right.
like
so it's not like he's turned heel. So he's still been corrupted.
Yeah. Interesting.
There's something in there.
So they announce Melissa's first match, and it leads us to our next match for a medallion. El Dragon Azteca.
Wait. We have to talk a little bit about what we think this match is going to be like. For starters, I want to know, what is Melissa's gear going to be?
Yep. I'm pretty excited myself.
This is so gorgeous.
I'm certain it'll be gorgeous.
No. Do you think it's just going to be in one of her ballroom gowns?
No.
Because that's kind of what I've been picturing.
Yeah.
She'll just come out, because presumably she'll be announcing during this episode. So at some point she's going to have to transition over.
Maybe.
So...
Yeah.
We
shall see. I think she'll be used sparingly. Let's say that.
Yeah. I would put her in a mask.
Yes.
In a phoenix mask.
That'd be pretty badass.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
That'd be good.
Now we're talking. El Dragon Azteca Jr. versus Pentagon Dark.
Wait. Sorry, I still want to talk more about this.
Okay.
How, for somebody like Melissa at this point, do you think she's been training, or do you think they're like, we want to stick you in a thing, so we'll come up with some things for you to do, or do you think that she has stuff she can do?
I know that since they've finished filming, she has been training, and she has done some in-ring stuff.
Really?
I don't know if they had... I mean, she's around wrestlers all the time.
That's true.
In fact, she's got a little
wrestler
inside of her right now.
That's good.
You're just a fat piece of trash. Now somebody get this fat trash out of here.
She is pregnant.
That was terrible. I just panicked and hit that button. I don't know why. I should have picked something else.
Pretty funny. I think enough. Enough that they're confident to put her in this situation where she will be protected. I'm certain she'll be very protected.
Do you think she can do a missile drop kick?
Do you think she can do a corkscrew?
Maybe not a corkscrew.
No.
I don't know. I wonder if I can do a corkscrew.
No, you can't.
The thing is, I just have to. You really just have to commit. It's about the mind.
Yes.
It's not about the body, Trav. And it's about the mind.
And a lot of practice.
I think I could get a corkscrew down in 3 hours.
On the trampoline?
Jumping off a trampoline into a foam pit or a pool.
Yeah,
sure.
Into a foam pit.
Yeah, I could.
3 hours?
Yeah, I think so.
You could pull something early too, right?
I'm actually just doing it in my head right now. Yeah, I think so. Okay. I think so. You just have to really torque your body, twist it. What 2 rotations is a corkscrew, or just 1?
Just 1, sure. But I'd look at some YouTube videos before you go out there. That's all you need to do.
Well, I'm confident because I watched a guy teach himself how to do a standing backflip in like 6 hours.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Was this guy involved in parkour?
No, but he was fit.
Yes.
I mean, and he was probably like 20 years old. All I need to do is spin around once off a diving board.
Don't think it's as easy as you're saying.
I can't come off a diving board?
Yeah, maybe off a diving board. It'd look pretty ugly, though, I bet.
Oh, yeah.
But I guess we'd call it a corkscrew. We'd have to go to the judges. It's like, was that a corkscrew? Like, I guess.
On a technicality, I'll take it.
Yeah.
But after 3 hours of trying nonstop, I could go.
Yeah. I'm sure those kids would be thrilled. Like, this guy just keeps. It's like in the kiddie pool or like something, the fun little area.
Get out of the way.
Can we talk about
hit by
match?
this?
Can we talk about
this? I'll cut you in 2.
I don't know to answer you. I don't think she can do a standing drop kick yet either. No. I bet you we'll get one kind of kind of spot from her, and that'll be that.
Yeah.
If we get one of those.
Now, this is not the hair versus mask match.
No.
So, kayfabe would tell you that they're definitely going to lose because Mary Posa is an actual wrestler.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I was a little worried about Phoenix getting that boot in on Marty, but until they announced this match. I'm kind of like, oh boy, now the last guy to be standing tall before they meet together. This could not be good. This could be bad. But now they've added this second thing. Maybe they do get a little more. Gosh, I hope we don't get to see something extra gross and scary again. Or maybe it could be good.
Like the fork and stuff.
Yeah,
and all that stuff.
Yeah, it's possible. That's the kind of feud it's been.
Would Melissa bleed?
Oh my God! Could you imagine that beautiful face? That wouldn't be right.
It would be legendary moment.
Yeah,
it would be legendary.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll see.
Oh my God, bro! He could have killed her.
Okay, next match.
Who was that actually in reference to?
Katrina got hit by somebody. Next match for a medallion. El Dragon Azteca Jr. versus Pentagon Dark. Pentagon, hot start as always. Dragon Azteca selling like a champ early. Really nice sequence between the two. Went on for a while that finished with a Dragon Azteca Jr. corkscrew.
Yes, it was very nice.
Pentagon Dark so over in the temple. However, El Dragon Azteca Jr. getting some real cheers from the audience.
The Olay chant.
Yeah, that
first
was
time ever.
Yeah, and that stuck around. I don't know, but just the fact that Lucha doesn't rhyme with Olay. Lucha. If you made it Ole Ola, then it's okay.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. Anywho. Yeah, it was interesting that showed up like 3 times in this episode. I love Pentagon Dark's kicks. I don't know if I've said this before. I guess we call them leg strikes. The way he'll go after a certain.
He always does that, like kick the back of the thigh.
Yeah.
Man, he kicked Dragon Azteca so hard he just like cartwheeled him into the air. It was great.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I really think we're gonna hear that Olay chant now forever.
Yeah, you might be right.
It's gonna be a total thing.
Might be right.
I liked it. The wrestlers seem to be really into it. It pumped them up.
Well, it did El Dragon Azteca Jr. He was really feeding off the crowd tonight. I thought. He had a nice Hurricane Rana out of the stands, or like some sort of weird little. It wasn't quite off of like the office or anything, just a little higher riser there. And then he hit a beautiful crossbody, and then a nice leg drop too, where he kind of holds his ankle before he hits it. That was pretty cool. Pentagon Dark hits a good his classic momentum killer.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I would love to know their shorthand for that in the ring. What do they call that? When he goes up, one guy's trying to do the handstand off the ropes.
Or hamstring off the ropes, yeah.
Handspring, yeah.
Into a boot.
Yep.
Into a running kick. And then follows this up with a nice stomp for a near fall.
That stomp worries me because Pentagon doesn't seem like the type of guy. Like, there are the high flyers that have a lot of body control. Like, that's the type of move that if you don't adjust your body weight properly, like, you could kill someone. And I just don't get the sensation that Pentagon is like a finesse type of character.
Yeah, but that's a spot that you're not trying it if you don't know how to do it smoothly.
I guess, I don't know.
Yeah. Otherwise, you're You're popping elbows out and having to retire early.
Oof, it's nasty. It's nasty. Like, I would, if I had a choice between being chopped in the chest or being double stomped by Pentagon, I'd go with the
Really?
full chop.
Slap in the chest?
Oh yeah, because that's not going to accidentally kill me.
Nice beers. Nice beers.
But if it was Ricochet or Finn Balor,
Yes.
and it was the same thing, I'd be like, double stomp me all day, baby. I won't feel a thing.
Yeah. Maybe it just like looks that good, or like maybe like as I said, I don't think he'd be attempting anything that he wasn't completely comfortable with.
This is true.
Strike exchange leads to the nice spinning DDT by Dragon Azteca. He tries it again, but this time Pentagon Dark, and then they say like, well, scouted, but he cuts it off with a backbreaker. I thought that was nice. It made sense. Really amazing balance spot up on the ropes from Dragon Azteca Jr.
Yeah.
That is countered quickly into a thing that was a package.
Small package, yeah.
Into his like package pile driver for the win.
I love that final sequence, actually.
Yeah.
Because I talked about it when I did the podcast by myself, where there was a sequence between Pentagon and Mill, where it was like 3 or 4 moves in a row that set up a
Mill or Puma. If it was Pentagon Puma in the final, in the one you were by yourself. Anyway.
Well, then it was Mill, whoever Mill was facing.
Okay.
Who was he facing?
I can't remember.
Doesn't matter. But my point is that this whole sequence that led to that small package pile driver was equally as smooth and logical, and it was just like, a counter that was then countered again, and then because getting somebody, I talk about it all the time, but moves where your opponent has to assist you are annoying to me.
Yes.
But this one happened, and getting your opponent into a small package pile driver from the top rope is like one of those things.
Sure.
But the way that they did this, they figured out a logical way to get him into the right position, and then pull him off the ropes, and then boom, it was
awesome.
over
Without too much delay. Like everything was like bang, bang, bang. Really nice finish. Really smooth finish.
Totally.
This match was just a little too short for me. Like I thought they were really starting to cook. I mean, in terms of a sprint, I thought it was good, but I couldn't go above like a 2.5 or 2.
I'm with you, man. I would love give me 5 minutes less of Rey and Matanza, and give me 5 more minutes of this. Yep. A few more false finishes.
Sure.
Yeah, it was great.
So Pentagon Dark goes back in to break the arm. Enter Matanza for some reason.
Yeah.
Dario needs to stop him, and he does. He's successful, or stop him from going after Pentagon Dark, I guess, and then tells him to kill Dragon Azteca Jr. And there's a really extended beatdown, and finally Rey enters. This is just again like some weird like. Some logic that if there is logic there, we don't understand.
We haven't been clued in.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Finally Rey enters, and they go to a break, and we turn right from where we left off. And Dario Cueto wants to start the match right now, so he says it. Ring the bell.
And yet they didn't ring the bell.
Did they not? No, that's
there was
funny.
no sound effect.
So maybe this match never actually happened.
Oh. No, I have a feeling it's on there.
So this is speaking of. This was kind of a semi-spoiler I had heard about this match.
Yeah, I'm curious to hear, because you mentioned it as you were watching it. So, can you want to set this up?
I don't know if it was this match or another match, but no, I think this would be it, because it wouldn't have been in the Ultima Lucha Trace. I don't think Matanza's working again. He had apparently punched glass or a window, and he didn't do a gimmick window, so it was just like really kind of scary sight. A lot of blood.
No way.
It ended up being okay, but it sounds like they had to cut the match short and come back and film the end of this.
No kidding.
Yeah, I remember hearing about this a while back, like when they were shooting this. I didn't see a window break in this, so I'm guessing they if this was the match in question, that they removed that spot entirely.
It would make sense, because if he just smashed it, and it would be hard to sell. I mean, it would be hard to not sell. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Hard to cut around.
Yeah. Cut.
Terrible.
But right away, there's great heat in this match. Matanza smashes Rey's head into the stands.
It's funny, man. I really felt like the first half of this, I was like, I was sort of disinterested. Yeah. I think.
It made sense, though. I was like, I don't know. I still love Ray's work. I went 3 stars on this match. I thought everything made sense. Sure, I do think it was a little long, but like when they move back in the ring and Matanza's kicking his ass, and that really nice crucifix pin by Rey that had that little extra bit of struggle.
That is where the match started doing it for me from that point onwards, for sure.
Yep.
It's just everything else that led up to it. I think it was sort of counting on me, because I've never seen Rey Mysterio wrestle outside of Lucha Underground.
What?
Yeah.
Is that a fact? No, you had to have seen at least one Rey Mysterio match in your life.
I saw one episode. I watched a random SmackDown episode once, and he was wrestling in that.
Okay.
But that was after I'd seen him wrestle in this.
Interesting.
And so I have no allegiance to him. I understand that he's a legend. They tell us all the time. But I don't know if that's why I'm not as invested in Rey Mysterio matches. Because at the end of the day, I mean, I think I'd rather be watching like Prince Puma wrestle, in these spots and things. Well, I mean, they have him on.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Whatever that sort of like the cachet that comes along with Rey, I don't sense it because I don't know it. And so it takes me a long time to kind of get into Rey Mysterio matches. Don't get me wrong. I think Rey's psychology is so good.
Yeah.
Like, matches that he's in are always have got... I just feel the same way about every Rey Mysterio match. The first half, I'm just like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be latching into here. And then slowly it begins to sort of emerge, but... For me, they always start out super slow.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I thought there was a really interesting atmosphere in this...
There was that lady screaming.
Yeah, but also like when the beatdown was happening on Rey, and Matanza was really working his eyes a lot.
Yeah, I thought we might get a mass tear.
I did want to mention, I love that skid spot that Rey does out of the...
That is nice.
Nobody else I know of does that.
Yeah, and you know what? I should give Rey more credit than I'm giving him, because I really think his in-ring work is excellent. And but he does so much stuff that is so good, but compared to the other people that are in Lucha Underground, it unfortunately can be less spectacular than I think it actually is.
Sure.
He loves bouncing off those that second rope.
Yeah.
Like nobody I've never seen anybody do that before. It's so good, and it's just like part of his
another day of the office.
Yeah, it's so cool.
Yeah. So he had a really fiery hope spot that ended with him hitting the sunset flip. This was good that they kept giving him these hope spots in between this beatdown that led to this kind of shocked atmosphere and that one woman screaming again and again. Hitting the sunset flip power bomb. More classic Rey Mysterio, that babyface fire. Matanza with a big boot halts the comeback. Matanza misses with a chair shot. Rey hits a drop kick into it, and he somehow rigs up a chair between ropes, perfectly.
How did he do that?
Yeah, especially with when they kind of had to bounce off of it. But he does, after kind of falls back and forth, Matanza finally hits it, and then Rey hits a 619 into it. I'm like, oh, this is good. This is making sense. Goes for the finisher, but Matanza throws the chair at him and hits him in the knee before he can even get it. And then we know that, now we're in trouble. Matanza's back in control, hits the Wrath of the Gods for the win, and also a nice touch of Dario removing Rey's leg from the ropes.
Yeah.
I said, great believable stuff from the David and Goliath. Nice logic. I went 3 stars on this.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I'm with you.
Post-match beatdown.
Yeah, this is where things... I at first suspected during this beatdown that they were pumping in booze. But the longer it went on, the more I was like, no, this is not canned. These people are not happy about this.
Yeah.
Weren't they chanting, "This is bullshit"?
Yeah. That's what I wrote down. The crowd is angry.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Rey is beloved. It throws it puts Rey's head into the chair and then throws him into the post twice. That looked pretty lethal.
Yeah.
Dario Cueto with a nice smile on the outside. I thought this was good. And then, as you say, Matanza carries Rey down the hallway to end the episode. A kind of ominous image.
He sits him down, takes the gauntlet, sticks it right on his head like a hat. Funk.
And then that becomes like a Voltron arm for Matanza, is just Rey Mysterio with the gauntlet on the head.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah. But a weird episode, all in all.
I thought it was
still
good.
Had some good stuff. Still had lots of great stuff. Still, hey, come on, I'll take a C- Lucha Underground over an A+ Nash Bridges any day of the week.
Absolutely,
it's my new go-to.
Yeah. I mean, this will be a great episode when you're somebody is tuning in, has discovered Lucha Underground on Netflix or in whatever streaming service. 4 or 5 years from now, they're gearing up for the end of the series, because there's no series 4 and there's no episode 4 or no season 4. And they get to this, and there's lots of great stuff, and then they'll be excited to watch the next episode. Okay. There's no doubt in my mind.
Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah, for sure. Mm-hmm. So we are in the home stretch, and what's going on next week? Why don't we? Now you can look these up. Well, we know. An announcer rises.
Yeah, it's something like that.
Is that what it is?
I think it's Rise of the Ring Announcer.
Rise of the Ring Announcer. While you're looking for that, I should mention I've for those of you following my acting career, yes, I have booked another commercial.
Oh, great!
This one is for Market Masters insurance or of some sort. Mm-hmm. So keep an eye out for that, believers.
Great. It's great.
Just filling time.
We have the Rise of the Ring Announcer. Marty the Moth teams with Mary Posa to take on Phoenix and Melissa Santos. A 7-way Gift of the Gods title match. So we're doing the Gift of the Gods next episode.
Interesting.
Yeah, so that's not going to be part of Ultimate Lucha Trace, which means that somebody will probably cash in for Ultimate Lucha Trace.
And that means we'll probably get a trios match.
Why?
Because Drago is in the Gift of the Gods, and he's a trios
champion.
And so he wouldn't, if he was going to be the Gift of the Gods.
So we're going to have,
Yeah. But
there you go.
We shall see. Maybe the Rabbit Tribe. Maybe they'll finally get their goal. That'd be nice. Hey.
Oh, you think? Oh, I don't think anybody from Rabbit Tribe is winning this thing.
No. Rabbit Tribe winning the trios championship at Ultimate Lucha Trace.
Yeah, I'd be down for that. Yeah. And with the help of the cotton-tailed,
right.
Masquerita Sagrada.
Perfect.
What other storylines do we? Okay, I will name a wrestler, a character, and you tell me what. Give me something that they can do in Ultima Lucha.
Gotcha.
Trace.
Shoot.
Okay. Tejano.
Never heard of him. No, Tejano. While he's still got the stuff with Famous B and Brenda, I guess. Does Brenda? And they both have broken arms now, right?
Oh yeah. And that was because of Pentagon.
Yes.
So can you have Tejano versus Pentagon?
I don't think so. Not for Ultimate Lucha Trace.
Well, Tejano's got to do something.
I bet you maybe they'll do some sort of scrambler type thing with all the like the Mac, and Tejano, and whoever else needs a dance partner.
Yeah. And are we still going to see Katrina versus Ivelisse?
I don't know. I was thinking that myself. We haven't seen it. Maybe we'll see something. I think next week we'll get our answer.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
I mean, a dagger with a sword?
That's right. I think that was just an out-and-out lie.
And the spiders. Are also not happening. Ricky Mundo's pictures.
Right.
Also not a thing.
All the red herrings, all the stuff that went nowhere. Those spiders, though, come on, man. Somebody was hiding spiders, and you kept them hiding spiders for 4 or 5 episodes.
All you have to do is reveal that it was Taya.
Yeah.
And now you have something that makes no sense.
Or I hope she will. I hope that it'll be revealed finally.
All you need is have Taya come up with a sack, and you're not sure what's in the sack, and you throw some little motorized something in there, so it looks like they're all moving.
Yes.
And then at the end of the match, she dumps it, and it's just spiders.
Yeah.
I was having a shower the other day, and there was a spider in the shower with me. Yeah, I didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
I tried to ignore it.
Yeah. Did you get really mad at the... Do you think Sexy Star would probably punch a hole in the tiles?
That's right.
Right?
What have you done? I hate spiders. That's my
You are a guest
That's
in
my
our
Sexy
home.
Star impression.
That's pretty good. It was dead on.
It was good for the first half. I hate. I don't know. I hate spiders. I'm terrible. Okay. Well, that's that. Anything else we're here to talk about?
No. Find us on Twitter.
Yep.
At Lucha_Afterground. Just search for Lucha Afterground. Go to placetobenation.com to find our show and many others, or follow us on iTunes or wherever else you find your podcast.
That's right. Only 5 episodes left.
Oh man! And then Max and I will never speak.
That's right.
Pretty excited. My man Bobby C. I know he's excited.
For what?
For the Cleveland Indians hitting 20,
okay.
20
That's
wins in a row.
We're done. We'll be here next week.
The question is, will you join us?